Hello, this is Avra. I'm here with you for a few minutes. We will go through European economic data, especially purchasing managers index data. We will see the data, the results of the data, and then we will watch how they're going to affect on the markets. First, let's check the data. Based on the data published so far, like about an hour ago, we have PMI data for the service and manufacturing section in the most European economy and Eurozone. First, let's check France and Germany data, and then we will see Eurozone economic data as well. In France, manufacturing PMI increased from 45.3 to 46.7, but service sector fell from 51.3 to 49.4. For the France, that's a little bit disappointed data because we are getting closer to the summer holidays, to the summer warmer months, and that means that usually France service sector should increase. So while these data also for May, and generally in May we have more tourists in France, and normally it should be positive. We were expecting a positive data to see some a little bit increase in the PMI's service in the service sector in the PMI in France. But as you see, we're disappointed with this data. In Germany, on the other side, we have positive numbers from both manufacturing and service sector. Manufacturing PMI increased from 42.5 to 45.4, and service sector increased from 53.2 to 53.9, which means that German economy, which has been getting weaker in the past few months, and especially it was getting a little bit past few months, the French economy usually had a better data than German compared with the German economy. And now this data says that the Germany also somehow could overcome with the problems and the shortages that we had in the market and started to increase in both manufacturing section and the service sector as well. These data, including other European data, made the Eurozone manufacturing, overall Eurozone manufacturing number to increase from 45.7 to 47.4, and the service sector remained unchanged at 53.3. But overall, manufacturing sector helped the composite PMI to increase from 51.7 to 52.3. This data generally is telling us that the Eurozone economy is increasing, which means that which can support the euro and the European stock markets as well. In UK, we had a service sector falling from 55 to 52.9, and manufacturing sector increased from 49.1 to 51.3. This big shortage that we had in the service sector brought the overall composite number down from 54.1 to 52.8. So it lowered the composite sector composite number, which is the component of both the service and manufacturing sector together. Overall data in the UK telling us that the economic growth is not that fine that it could be. If we put these numbers next to the UK inflation numbers that we had yesterday, we know that yesterday's numbers showed that inflation in the UK increased much lower than expectations. Yeah, it's increased compared to previous month, but the piece of lowering inflation was not as fast as it's expected. So, which means with this bigger data in the manufacturing sector and service sector in both, and overall in economic data, economic activities in the UK, we can say that the central bank in the UK can start can start cutting the rates from August, not from September. Let's go to the charts and see how these data affected on the charts. If we go, here's our chart. So As we see, let's start with the UK and GBP/USD. Here's a GBP/USD, right? Yeah, it's a GBP/USD. So this data, as I told, they were not such good data for the UK economy, which means that the UK can get under pressure, and especially GBP. GBP sterling. This data means that with weaker data that we had in the UK, which that can support the cutting the rate from August, not from the September, which means faster rate cut and weaker pound. But if we go in the stock market, UK stock market, this UK stock market, this data means that the UK central bank in the United Kingdom can cut the rate, which means the supporting the stock market. That means positive data for the UK stock markets, and we can expect the overall UK uptrend, which if you go to the H1 chart, this H1 chart, if you go to the daily chart, we can see that the UK 100, we can see that UK 100, this is a UK 100 chart. We can see that UK 100 chart is overall in a positive, moves in a positive, in a slow uptrend. And I think that can help the slow uptrend to continue further. In euro, if we check the euro USD chart, where is the euro USD chart? If we go to the euro USD chart, these data, overall data, were positive for the European economy. That means supporting euro against this cross, especially against euro, pound, especially like if we go to euro GBP, it's going to be much, this option can be faster eventually, but overall, we can say that these data, they were positive. It was positive. These data were positive for euro, and it can support the euro against its crosses. Euro USD can continue its soft uptrend further. But if you go to the European stock markets, euro next, as this data means, if you go to the H1 chart, overall, let's go in first in the daily chart. I can say that Europe overall data in the European economy in past months supporting of the little bit better economic activities in the eurozone, which means overall uptrend can continue. There's kind of almost where I have no doubt on the eurozone economy, eurozone stock markets, unless if we have some crisis, some kind of the crisis in the United States, that we can talk about that later. That what these data, with the data that we had in the last days, what that means in the last months, what that means for what those data means for U.S. economy. But generally, the data that we had, they can support the eurozone economy and eurozone stock markets. In H1 chart, you can see this data supported stock market in the UK, in eurozone, and I think this in the short term also it can increase even further. We can see the same reaction in Euro 50 as well. This is Euro 50 and daily chart. You can see the overall uptrend. We have a very strong support at 4,800, 870, around that. We have a very strong support, and above this number, Euro 50 is really as in a clear uptrend. In H1 chart, also you can see this this positive data have the Euro 50 to increase very fast, and I think in the short term also it can support the uptrend. That was the overall market reaction and the data that we had so far today. Hope it was helpful for you. If you had any question, you can write down under this video on Instagram or YouTube. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Have a good day. Bye.